Hey Aquarius, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings. Take what works, leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. And if I don't happen to catch a wavelength on this one, feel free to check your other major placements. If I do catch a wavelength on this one, I have started doing extended, or I'm experimenting with doing extended readings. So we're going to start with a traditional tarot spread with traditional tarot cards, or more or less. And then over on the extended, we'll do the intuitive cards and the oracle cards. So if this resonates with you, you're welcome to join me over there. All right, so I've already shuffled and I'm cutting the deck here. From the bottom of the deck, the overall for the reading is Queen of Coins. So this could be career focused or a card. Our queens are focused on themselves, their lives, and their interior spaces. So this queen is focused on her next move in reality, where she wants to go, how she's going to spend her time and money, and where her best success is coming from. So that's sort of the overall idea here, is thinking about next steps towards success in some sort of 3D reality. So Aquarius, this is your past, your present, your inner landscape, what's at issue, environment, to-do list, possible outcome. Well, we have, this is funny, we have two match sets here. We have King and Queen of Coins and King and Queen of Cups here. So what is this, a work romance or feelings about work, perhaps? Or working on relationships. So some sort of combination of 3D and feelings here. So in your recent past, we have Queen of Cups. So again, queens very focused on their inner landscape. This could be dealing with a person. This whole thing could be dealing with someone, male or female, who's very career focused and focused on their next moves. It doesn't necessarily have to be you focusing on your next moves. It could be somebody else who's career focused. And this could also be you or somebody else. So I'm thinking of these court cards as like playing cards, like here are their stats. This is the position she plays. So interior focus, focus on her own feelings, and focus on feelings this is her area of expertise. Her strongest play here is with emotions, not all the time, but right now we're talking about someone who has been in the past focused on how they feel. They might not be sharing all of how they feel. They might have moments of transparency. They might have shared some, but there's a lot that's tucked away. They're exploring it. They're knowing it. They're clear on how they feel. They're clear on what they want. Maybe not what they want, but on how they feel. Or they've worked hard to gain clarity on how they feel. And what's going on inside them. They've worked hard to get in touch with their own feelings and to glean as much information as they can from how they feel about a situation. Whether they're sharing it or not, if they are, it's not all that much. The Queen of Cups isn't the sharer. She's not oversharing. She's keeping a lot to herself. Some things may be a little dark, maybe a little difficult to deal with. And she's cups, right? Cups aren't necessarily love or anything like that. They're just anything that's in our heart, any emotion that we feel. Just like all of our other feelings, there are better, more pleasant emotions and less pleasant emotions, right? We hear things. Not everything we hear is pleasant to hear. Some of it is screeching noises, distracting, disturbing, distressing stuff, and some of it is pleasant. So that's what she's sort of focused on, is our feelings are the same way, right? So and she's focused on how she feels about something. Current situation, Page of Swords, learning something new. There might be some awkward moments. We might be trying to figure out, maybe somebody here, this is another person. This is, again, another court card. This is another player in the big picture, in the major leagues here. This is a rookie, and they are a rookie with learning how to communicate something or learning about something. And this is more book learning. Swords are intellect and communication. So it's usually a lot about like absorbing something, learning something, starting off on a project where you're just starting to learn new things. You're doing all the reading first before you do the practice. So this could be you, this could be somebody else. There's somebody here that's apprenticing or a rookie or has a lot to learn or just beginning to figure something out. And it could be either how to communicate, how to think about something, or just picking up a new book to learn a new skill and starting off with sort of the more intellectual aspect of that. So hopes, fears, and inner landscape. Hopes probably is Three of Cups, hoping for a team, hoping for teamwork, maybe hoping to join a group, a study group or something like that. If you don't like working in teams, you could be terrified of working in teams, but you might want to be part of a group project, part of some teamwork, playing your part, playing your role in the team. It's coin, so it could definitely have to do with money and how you earn your money, and wanting to be part of that. You know, some people, I don't get that, but some people don't like to be part of teams. They like to work independently. If that's you, then this might be a fear of having to work as part of a team, having to rely on other people. But if overall, I see this as like something that you're wanting, something that you're hoping for, and trying to figure out how to get on the team that you want to be on, or how to get there. Like maybe if you learn this new skill, you'll be able to bring it to the team, to work, to some sort of situation like that, and be a useful and productive member of a team. Teamwork's really beautiful when it works. When it's not working, it's hell. But when it does work, it's so lovely and beautiful. All these people, you know, everyone playing their part, playing their role, doing what they can to create a collective reality, to bring a vision to life. It's really amazing to watch when it's working well. I wouldn't say it's uniquely human, but it is definitely a key to human survival, is our teamwork. What's at issue here? King of Cups reverse. So another playing card here, another player, major player. But we have a reverse. So it could be male or female. But someone who's very emotionally immature. They can't handle any upheaval. They can't handle their environment being anything other than perfect. Their happiness seems to come from someplace outside themselves. The situation has to be just perfect in order for them to be happy. They're emotionally might be a little unstable, or quite unstable. They anything that happens just throws them. Anything that's off just throws them. They're very ungrounded, emotional. Like being emotional is fine. We're all emotional almost all the time. We're having emotions. So technically we're all emotional. But this is someone who is allowing those feelings to really control them, not really thinking them through or thinking how they want to apply them, maybe overreacting to a lot of things, that kind of thing. They're not very, not really able to handle emotional upset very well, but kind of emotionally immature. So that's either you or someone you're dealing with who has some emotional immaturity. Oh, I hope they're not on this team that you're trying to work with or you're trying to get on. Maybe they're preventing you from that. Somehow, they might be on the team. They might be... in your environment, you have 8 of Cups. So somebody here sees something that they want and they see an opportunity, maybe not a very clear opportunity. It's not necessarily like it's all laid out and here's the real life opportunity. That would be an Ace of Pentacles. This is heading towards something that they want. They feel a draw to it. It's calling them. They want it. It wants them. Somebody's feeling called to something bigger and better. This may make you feel a little jealous or a little annoyed. You may feel left behind by this person who feels like their happiness is elsewhere or further along the road. You may end up feeling yeah, a little left behind by this person. You may end up being one of these cups here while this person goes and seeks their good fortunes elsewhere. So it's not that they hate this situation. It's not that the situation is terrible or bad. They're just wanting to move on, they just feel like they're going to be happier someplace else. So this could be like a coworker, a friend, who maybe just it's not that they're unhappy with you, you did something wrong. It's just that they just want to do something else, or there's something, this is a person, or an opportunity. This could also be an opportunity presenting itself to you that is going to bring a lot more happiness and a lot more satisfaction than where you've been. It's not that you hate where you've been. It's not that you hate the work here or how you feel here. You don't hate it. You just want more out of life. You just want to move on. So there could be something that's catching your eye here, a message coming in with an opportunity for you that catches your eye that might be something better than where you're at right now. It's not just like, there's a couple leaving cards here, and this card is not the like, I'm just going to leave it behind. I don't care what's out there. The unknown is better than the known. This is more like, I have a hunch. So you may be getting a hunch that something's going to make you happier than your current situation. Or you may be watching someone else follow their hunch, and you may end up feeling a little left behind. It's not that they don't hate you. They're not mad at you. They could be content here, but they just want something else. Something else is calling them. So it feels like to me like a very natural process. Something else is calling them. Your to-do list is conflict. Talk about it. Open it up. This is having a conversation that might be difficult. Being willing to upset other people. To upset the apple cart a bit. Everybody has their own motivations, their own ideas of what they want, their own and their own methods for getting it. There's just a lot going on here. This is conflict. This is everybody has a right to their opinion. Everybody has a right to want what they want. Everybody has their own tactics, and some of them are more or less destructive. But they all need to kind of come to a head and come together and get hashed out a little bit here. There's some sort of conversation, difficult conversation that might need to happen, that does need to happen, and you need to engage in it, not shy away from it. I mean, you know how you feel, and maybe this is what this Page of Swords is trying to figure out how you want to engage with what's going to be, what you know is going to be a conflict and an issue, and figuring out, trying to find the right words, trying to find how to phrase something, how to think about something. And maybe you're reading books about how to deal with conflict. Maybe you're reading books about how to deal with conflict. So if this is a work situation, there is going to be some conflict at work. And your job is not necessarily to run into it brandishing your sword, because again, you're maybe a little bit of a beginner, but to definitely engage in it. I mean, you're not meant to be a doormat here, for sure. There's nothing here about just let them do what they want. There's nothing here about that. You're not meant to be a doormat. You're not meant to shut up and sit down. You want to be, you're going to take responsibility for your actions, for the tactics you use, for your motivations. But it's only fair that you get to bring that out yourself. Like, you don't have to, there's nothing here like disengage. Some of the readings have been like disengage, walk away. Don't worry about it. This is definitely like engage, have the conflict, be willing, be strong enough to have the conflict, be willing to protect yourself and protect your own interests, being willing to speak up, even if it's annoying or people don't like it. And then in your possible outcome here, this is very nice. This is our King of Coins. So we start off the readings about, what do you want to do? How do you want to make your money? What are your next career moves? You might have to stand up for yourself or engage in some conflict. And then our possible outcome here is this King of Coins. Success, being successful, getting what you want. Maybe it takes a lot of planning. Maybe it takes a lot of organization. Maybe it takes a lot of time. But you're going to get what you want. You're going to get that next step, right? You start off, what do I need to do? And then we end the reading with, you can do this. You can have this reality. You can have a successful reality. I'm not necessarily predicting millions of dollars, but what you want, if you want that next job, you can have that next job. If you want that next step, there's a possibility that you can get it, but you've got to be willing to fight for it. You got to be willing to ruffle some feathers and deal with the fallout and face some conflict and some people that aren't going to be happy with it. You have to be willing to do that if this is what you want, if this is where you're going. I mean, it doesn't have to be really disastrous, and it doesn't have to be ongoing and permanent and long term. It can be a moment. It can be one conversation, you know, it doesn't even have to be all that bad. I mean, we are dealing with someone who might be a little immature here and unable to handle their emotions. So yeah, so you're going to have to want to think clearly and figure out how you're going to do this. But just because someone else is an emotional wreck and problematic doesn't mean you have to do whatever they tell you to do and live by their rules. You can stand up for yourself. Okay. All right, Aquarius, if that resonated with you, join me over on the Vimeo. If not, then that's awesome. Or, you know, if you got what you needed out of this, that's great. So thank you so much for your likes, subscribes, and comments, and I'll see you guys in a while.